seat. Why you so full of machismo, man? Dude, have a seat. I'm not
Magisto.
bullshit, okay?
He said, "Why you full of magisto?" What type of word is that? I'm gonna start using it. Why you being?
Woke up looking for the broccoli. High key, keep a horn on me. That could my seat.
Not know performance and durability.
I'm asking you.
Okay, so we got when a stupid do not mind that dancing. I wasn't dancing. When a stupid female cop ends her career in seconds. Let's see what they talking about.
To identify yourself so I can let my dispatcher know who I'm out with. If you don't identify yourself, that is obstruction.
What crime did I commit?
There's no crime, but I'm identifying you. Okay.
Because I didn't do anything. No, sir, she almost ran me off the road.
Okay. Again, you didn't yield to lights and siren. You came out.
She was next to me and stopped and almost ran me off the fucking road. What are you talking about?
Listen to me.
On September 22nd, 2022, Officer Lewis of the Cleveland Heights Police Department initiated a traffic stop for expired tags on a silver Infiniti. However, her reckless driving nearly caused a collision with another driver, Mr. Kern. After the near miss, Mr. Kern, upset about her dangerous behavior, pulled over to talk to Officer Lewis. Though he complied by waiting on the sidewalk, Officer Lewis, after addressing the driver of the Infiniti, approached Mr. Kern with hostility. She escalated the situation, claiming he hadn't yielded to her lights and sirens, although Mr. Kern disputed this. Her story shifted multiple times during the encounter, ultimately leading to an unjustified call for backup.
Oh shoot!
1 second.
It's getting toxic though. This is what we like to see though. This is what we like to see. Where the toxicity at?
Rio, stand by. It's going to be on Mayfield across from the first access road. Send me another unit because another party does not know how to yield to lights and sirens, and he's sitting here recording me. Stay down, almost ran him off the road.
You okay?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm Officer Lewis with Cleveland Heights. The reason I for the traffic stop is the plates on the vehicle are expired.
Yeah.
Not even a big deal. Do you know that guy behind me in the Porsche?
I was trying to hurry up and move.
You're good. No, you're good. You did the right thing. I put my lights out and sirens. He did not move over. I'll give you the plates to the other vehicle that's out with the confrontation. I apologize.
You almost ran me off the road.
I initiated my lights and sirens. But was your music on? Because I had the lights and sirens on, sir. I apologize. He stopped abruptly. Okay, I'm not wrong. The lights and sirens were activated. Okay, I did not do that, sir. The lights and sirens on my marked patrol because he stopped abruptly, causing me to stop abruptly, causing you to stop abruptly. And I apologize for that. However, the lights and sirens were on. Okay, the police vehicle is marked. You can clearly see it's a marked patrol vehicle. I initiated lights and sirens. I'm not going to argue, and I'm telling you I do. I'm going to tell you I do apologize that he did stop abruptly. Nobody was wrong.
I'm telling you the disconnect, right? So between the public and you as a public servant,
you just said driver check, okay?
if there's something wrong and you actually did it, all you say, my bad.
And I did. I just said,
keep going.
I said my bad. I said, I activated a traffic, I initiated traffic.
Say, look, nah, something need to be done. Because if it was a civilian doing that, my bad. Going about their day. Nah, it can't be this difference because he's a cop. That's just not how it's supposed to go.
In a marked vehicle with lights and sirens. If you didn't hear the sirens or see the lights, I mean, you called backup. Well, I called backup because somebody was getting out of a cop car.
Sergeant Wolf arrived on the scene and immediately made assumptions without properly assessing the situation. He accused Mr. Kern of obstruction, despite having no legal basis for the claim. Wolf's actions reflect a broader issue within law enforcement.
So you called backup for your safety, but
Well, you don't pull up behind an officer on a traffic stop.
you don't even know it's
You're right, I don't.
So why are you saying it?
Because I'm here, and what you're doing right now is against the law.
Ran me off the road.
Okay, well then you should have pulled over for lights and sirens. You said it on the radio that you didn't yield, and it's on dash cam. I'm assuming.
This the disconnect, man.
I'll tell you what. Let her finish her business, and then we can sit down and talk like
We're good.
adults.
I'm gonna let him go. We're good. I'm gonna let him go.
Yeah.
What? I'm sorry. What was your last name?
My last name?
Yeah.
Why are you my last name?
Because I'm asking who I'm talking to. You asked me who you were talking to.
Well, not now because you're arrested. Because what you're doing is illegal.
Listen.
What you're doing is illegal. I can charge you for interference.
Well, just give me your last name.
Why?
Because I'm conducting business with you right now. That's not going to be the right.
What's your RS?
Stand by.
What's your reasonable articulation of my crime?
I'm going to get rid of him.
I'll explain to you, okay?
Am I being detained? Am I being detained?
If you want to be.
That's
That's not how it works. What's your RS?
My RS?
Articulation of my
Okay,
crime.
here, first, okay, hold on. I'll explain to you, okay? Doing what you're doing right now?
No, sir, she almost ran me off the road.
Okay. Again, you didn't yield to lights and siren. You came out.
She was next to me and stopped and almost ran me off the fucking road. What are you talking
Okay,
about?
listen to me. You asked my reasonable articulable suspicion. It's not a probable cause.
If you arrest me, you violate my rights.
I don't want to arrest you. We have to ID you.
Violate my rights. That's what
Okay, we have to ID you. You understand that? Yes, we do.
All right, I'm a videotape.
Okay, we got you on camera too.
Call, then come get the car. You're violating my rights.
I'm getting, who's getting what car?
They can come, you're gonna
Radio, another car here. I got got a male who's obstructing.
No, I'm not.
He's refusing to identify himself. So I'll take a report on it, but I need your ID.
No.
Yeah.
I'm dealing with her.
The misuse of authority to intimidate civilians. Ohio Revised Code 2921.29 clearly states that identification is required only when there is reasonable suspicion of criminal activity. Since Mr. Kern was not involved in any criminal offense, his refusal to provide identification was lawful. However, Officer Lewis and Sergeant Wolf ignored this fact, pressuring
I chose Wix for
Damn.
massive scope for functionality and freedom of creation.
Good,
Mr. Kern into complying and eventually handcuffing him without cause.
Listen, talk to me. Just do me a favor. All I'm asking you, just take your hands out of your pocket while we're talking, okay? Okay, I called for backup, all right?
Yeah.
I initiated a traffic stop. I understand you and I and that gentleman, we all just saw what happened, okay? I'm calling for another person because I'm dealing with one person who I don't know who I'm dealing with. And you get out, listen, sir, let me speak. Let me explain to you. I call for another person because I have a man getting out of the car walking towards me. You know how society is. I know how society is. Now listen, I'm asking you to identify yourself so I can let my dispatcher know who I'm out with. If you don't identify yourself, that is obstruction. You are the one that came out.
Obstruction is a secondary crime. What crime did I commit?
There's no crime, but I'm identifying you. Okay, I need your driver license.
I'm sorry. I'm going to have to arrest you if you don't identify yourself.
She just said it was no crime.
Listen, obstructing is a crime.
Identify yourself,
She almost ran me off the road.
And then I still have to identify you.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
Okay, well, I'm going to call into the car. You arrest me.
Okay, turn around.
Because I didn't do anything.
Turn around.
I didn't do anything.
Listen, just all you have to do.
I don't have my ID with me.
Okay, what's your cell?
For what?
What's your last name, sir?
Kern, man.
Kern?
You know what happened. Why are you letting him do this?
He's a sergeant.
He's violating my rights.
He's not. He didn't identify yourself.
You have a valid driver's license?
Yeah, I do. You violate my rights, man.
Were you going to get a ticket for interfering with the crash?
How did I interfere? She almost ran me off the fucking road.
And you could have pulled off and waited and called him.
I did wait when she said wait.
You were out here talking to her. Have a seat.
Mr. Kern, just
Don't push me, man.
Have a seat.
Why are you so full of machismo, man?
You have a seat. I'm not
Magisto.
bullshit, okay?
He said, "Why you full of magisto? What type of word is that?" I'm gonna start using it. Why you being magisto right now, man? I being magisto.
Have a seat.
You need to chill, bro. Being magisto and shit.
All the way in.
if he texts,
Magisto.
What are you saying?
you're gonna. I don't.
Is he valid?
I don't know. Me for video sake. So this is what happened. That vehicle matched the description of the vehicle from Weird Shit yesterday. I saw it. I initiated a traffic stop. That person, instead of like pulling over, he stopped abruptly, and I'm getting behind him, but he stopped abruptly. This guy was very close to him, and we almost did get into an accident because that driver stopped so abruptly. I did. Yes.
Gets a ticket for
He.
There's no sense about this.
Okay.
He's getting a ticket for
Radio, you want to see me back on that?
Yes, I do. That's why I provided
It
it.
was to a Demetrius Raphael Kern, the 37-year-old male. He's valid this one.
So he gets a ticket and then he comes
Listen, I don't feel like I need to give him a ticket for that. I'm cool with just.
Okay.
Okay, I mean, I'm cool with letting him go. He just didn't understand.
He's in handcuffs.
The reason she's cool with letting him go because she knows that he did not do anything wrong. I feel like she truly knows that she's doing it wrong. That's why she gonna feel guilty for having a civilian go to jail or get in custody, for something that he didn't really do. Knowing she's just embarrassed. Embarrassed.
He obstructed. He refused to identify himself. I'm not
Being mere majestic right now, man.
going to sit out here and argue with somebody for an hour. The legalities of it. You can come to court.
Okay.
So he gets a ticket for obstructing failure to identify himself.
You guys got a
Mr. Kern, just
Wait, let me see that last part.
Legalities of it. You can come to court.
Okay.
He refused to identify himself. I'm not going to sit out here and argue with somebody for an hour. The legalities of it. You can come to court.
Okay.
So he gets a ticket for obstructing failure to identify himself.
You guys got a
Mr.
lawsuit
Kern,
coming.
just hang on. Just
You got a lawsuit coming.
listen, let me explain to you. You don't get out of the car yet. The sergeant wants me to give you a ticket for obstruction, okay? I'm not going to do anything else. Listen, he's the boss. He is the boss.
I don't have to refuse if I didn't commit a crime. This isn't a stop and ID state.
At this point, it is a traffic stop because you're out on a
almost ran me
traffic
off
stop.
the road.
Mr.
You
Kern,
know
we
it.
just had that conversation. I did not almost run you off the road.
That Tesla has cameras in it. So
Okay.
you guys are going to pay for this.
That's fine.
Officer Lewis gave inconsistent statements. Unfortunately, Mr. Kern couldn't provide Tesla video evidence, explaining that the recording feature was inactive. Despite Officer Lewis acknowledging her mistake and attempting to correct it, the supervisor, too egotistical to admit they were wrong, chose to proceed with the obstruction charge, citing that Mr. Kern was in handcuffs. This action amounts to a secondary violation of Mr. Kern's rights.
Mr. Kern, I apologize. I really do. And this is on body cam, all right? This is, the sergeant's telling me to do this, so... Police have to identify you. You do have to identify yourself.
I broke the law. If I broke the law, I have to identify.
Mr. Kern, you got out of the vehicle in the middle of a traffic stop. I understand that, and I needed to identify you.
This is going to be a heavy loss here. Cleveland Heights is going to pay me for this.
For what, sir?
Kidnapping, illegal detainment.
No one's kidnapping
I'm in the
you.
back of your car in handcuffs.
Okay.
I'm kidnapped.
This is not kidnapping. The sergeant placed you under arrest for obstruction. He asked for your information and you didn't give it to him. Listen, there will be a court date. You and I will both go to it.
Wait, so what happened to the guy with the
And we'll
ticket?
work through it, okay? Listen, I'm just doing what I'm told to do, all right? What do I put for this verbiage? When asked to identify himself, he refused.
So, just for my own. You acted in the order, right?
So we're literally here, and I'm coming up because I saw that car. It looked like a car from yesterday's incident. Yeah. I ran it. It's expired. I am in this lane. I put my lights on to activate. The guy, instead of continuing, he whips over, stops abruptly, and I'm halfway in between both lanes, and this guy was right behind him. So it did almost cause an accident. Absolutely. No, I was trying to go behind. It would have been a sheer clear distance accident. But because of how that guy stopped abruptly, it would have been.
He stopped and decided to get out of it.
Well, and he was pissed because we did almost get into an accident. He was.
You didn't almost get it.
No, all three of us, it would have been an accident. Yeah, I was going behind that other guy.
You could have gone down the street.
The guy stopped abruptly, but he did. Then he got out and he's yelling. He's yelling while I'm initiating. Right. So I told him, I said, sir, just stand there. Let me talk to him. I'll come talk to you. And he did. But then he was continuous, because that happened, I called for backup. And then he was upset, rightfully so. It was not. Whatever. Why are they assholes? Was that necessary?
Yo.
All right, here's your property. Sure. Thank you, do you want to sign or are you going to refuse? All right, I'm going to give you a copy of it.
You guys violated my rights.
Well, we'll all be in court.
Despite Officer Lewis apologizing for almost causing an accident, she and her supervisor, Sergeant Wolf, continued to escalate the situation. Mr. Kern, in handcuffs, was charged with obstruction, a charge that was clearly unfounded, as evidenced by the dismissal of the case 11 days later due to lack of evidence. Officer Lewis herself appeared conflicted during the encounter, apologizing multiple times, but ultimately deferring to her superior's insistence on pressing charges. This further illustrates how poor supervision can exacerbate situations that could otherwise be peacefully resolved.
You're probably the only good cop on the force.
I'm not trying to be a bad cop. I was literally not trying to even have any of this happen, and I did apologize.
You apologize, but you're following his directives.
He's a sergeant.
Yeah, but still, you swore oath to the Constitution.
Right.
And you know what's right and wrong. And sometimes you got to stand up to people.
Listen.
No.
When asked for your information, you have to identify yourself. At this point, we're on a traffic stop together
But you
now.
still have to.
A traffic stop is not a crime.
And I asked him, am I being detained? And nobody answered that.
Listen.
So I covered all my bases.
All the stuff's going to be typed in the report.
If I was being detained, I had no choice but to give you my ID. That's why I specifically asked.
Yeah.
Am I being detained?
Shoot, he's basking on her.
Well, at that point, it's a traffic stop.
But still, if I'm being detained, you should tell me. And if I'm not being detained, I'm free to go. And in a situation.
Well, right now, you're free to go.
Yeah.
All right? I hope that you feel better. And I'm sorry that all this had to happen this way.
You didn't do nothing.
Well, we did. We got into a little accident, almost a middle accident.
You did your job.
And I apologize.
Things happen in life. He came, he violated my rights.
Well, we're going to work through it, all right? I don't think he violated your rights. He wanted you to identify yourself, and you didn't. All right?
You know you swore oath.
Say again?
You swore oath.
I did.
That's all I'm saying.
All right, Mr. Kern. I hope that you feel better, all right? All right. You going to go to Metro?
Come on, right there.
Yes, sir.
The dismissal of Mr. Kern's case signaled that the obstruction charge was baseless. While Sergeant Wolf was a driving force behind the wrongful detainment, Officer Lewis's participation in the misconduct could not be overlooked. Her shifting narrative about the events, combined with her failure to uphold Mr. Kern's rights, ultimately led to her dismissal from the force. The department had no choice but to fire her after public outcry. Rights ultimately led to her dismissal from the force. The department had no choice but to fire her after public outcry and internal review, citing her failure to act with integrity and her role in a botched, unjust traffic stop.
Hey, he was like, "You swore oath." That's all I'm gonna say. You swore oath. No. That's all I'm gonna say.